Hello, this is Berzinsky for Beardbrand. It's time. It's time I take matters into my own hands. So back at the end of October, October 27th, I did my big shave. It is 6 months to the day that I cut my beard off, and it has grown back. I've had one trim from Jake the Barber, which you saw here, and which we took off about 3/4 of an inch. I have done nothing else. I've done no trimming at all. I've trimmed my mustache up a little bit, and I've continued to lob off the ends of my mustache to make it more blunt, but did nothing to my beard. So I wanted to show you, so we say that beards grow at the length of your hair, which is roughly ½ an inch a month. So I have from my chin, and with a beard, I like to think that my chin is down here, but in reality, my chin is up here. So if I measure to the underside of my chin, pulling my beard out, you can see that my hair is about 2 3/4 inches. If I took 3/4 of an inch off back in a couple of months ago, that would have made it 3½ inches. So 3½ inches divided by ½ inch is 7, suggesting 7 months. So this is all to say that my hair grows slightly faster than the average rate of ½ an inch a month. So probably 5/8 of an inch a month is where my hair grows, my beard grows, which I think is probably true. So this is a 5-month beard, the equivalent of 5 months with the trim. So what I want to do is actually take a little off. In a previous video I said that I was growing my hair out and growing my beard out a little bit for what might be a cosplay, Halloween, Christmas extravaganza come later this year. And but I don't need my beard to be much longer than this because I might augment my beard with some beard extensions. So I'm going to trim my beard up a little bit, and I'm probably going to do this in 2 phases. I'm doing it now, and I'm also going to go to a barber and have a beard trim there. So I want to show you how I'm trimming my beard at 5 months, probably taking it back about an inch, which will put it at about 3 months or 3½ months. So I took some photographs today to look at my beard, because I always say, you know, what are you dealing with when you're trimming your own beard? So we have the profile in both directions. And I can actually see that my hair is pretty long. I don't always see the back of my head, but you can see here it's quite long. So if I point out, when I look at these pictures, my beard is even, thanks to Jake the Barber, on both sides of the profile. What you don't see a lot of times, or what you don't realize when you look at your beard from the front, of what it looks like from the sides. Yeah, you turn your head and you see it, but you see it from the front, and a lot of times the guys will see what appears to be puffing out, and I say groom it, get it into place that way, and they end up cutting off the beard. So if you want a boxier, square cut beard, which I tend to prefer, especially in profile, so the profile of my beard is pretty straight across the bottom, angling up slightly toward my ear. But I'm probably not going to get a beard trim. I'm going to draw on one of these that is ever going to be like that. Now from the front, that might appear to thin this down, and yes it will, by removing it. So what I'm going to do is not do that. I'm going to probably just take the hairs across the bottom here, even it up, make it more blunt. Now I can see here that I have a lot of what Jake the Barber calls lettuce, so I want to get rid of this hair in this zone too. And that'll clean up my beard nicely, and that'll reinforce the square corner, which I tend to like in the back of my beard. Cutting my beard dry, and I'm cutting it as it's been styled. I rolled it under slightly, but I didn't go too hog wild to straighten it. This is pretty much my natural wave in my beard with a little roll on the front. You can see when I pull that out, it probably grows about 3/4 of an inch. I'm using my Beardbrand scissors and a Beardbrand comb, and like I've done before, I'm combing my own beard out. I know where the challenged areas are in my beard. And I'm pretty much just going to go in with a cut through not all of the hairs, as I've talked about before. So I took a cut through just maybe the top third, top half of my beard, and I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to go in and take another cut from the bottom. Now, I've trimmed a couple of other guys' beards. I actually think it's somewhat easier and more forgiving to trim a beard that has some wave in it and actually that has some curl. You want to be careful when you're cutting your beard if it's curly, not to pull the hairs too tight and to cut too much, because realizing that they're going to spring up. When your beard is as straight as mine, you can see every little bit that you cut. So you need to take a little more precision or a little more time making sure you're evening it up. As I've said before, don't overcut and think that, oh, I have to even this up and even this up and even this up, because that's where you end up with a beard that suddenly grows shorter, shorter, shorter than you intended to cut. It's better to live with it a couple of days, come back and make minor adjustments later. So people tell me all the time, like, how do you cut your own beard in the mirror? And what you're doing, what I'm doing is I'm looking at my hand here. I'm not thinking of the hand at my face. I'm looking at it in the mirror. So concentrating on what you're doing in the mirror. Now as your beard lays back, you can see underneath how this hair is really long under here. So you want to make sure that you're combing that out slightly to the front to cut it off. I'm going to stop there, take a look at it, see if there's anything major that I want to trim off. And we'll come back to that once we cut the sides. So what I'm doing, connecting the front to the side as I drew it on that picture. So as my hair has gotten longer, this hair is now often connecting with my beard hair. Especially as this gets longer, that'll do that. So what I want to do is actually think about, you know, taking a little more of the weight off of the corners of my beard here. Learned a trick from Irie at Cut and Grind. He pushed all the hair to the back. So you can see here, I've straightened this line up, taking a lot of that lettuce off the side of my neck here. So what I'm going to do is take my hand mirror and take a look at that. And that looks pretty good. So with the aid of this mirror, that looks good. Surprised myself, huh? People ask me, you can go to any barber you want. Yeah, I can. I can go to lots of barbers. I can go to Andy to get my hair cut, or Sasha, or Jake, or Justin, or Tim. Lots of people here in Philadelphia who can cut my hair, and lots have offered to cut my beard. But I don't always have time to make the appointment to, do that. And a lot of guys don't have the time, and a lot of guys don't have the resources. They might want to get their beards cut once a month, and really can only functionally go every other or every third month. You need to, if that's the case, learn how to cut your own beard. And so practice makes perfect. You got to try, and the best way to try is the best way to get better at it is to practice. So once I cut this on the side here, what I want to do is blend in the sideburn a little bit. Now, as my hair gets longer, to distinguish what is the beard and the hair, I'm going to pull this back. So I don't cut off what will end up being potentially ponytail hair. There, I said it, ponytail. Now, just like we combed all this hair to the back in order to cut that off, so when that falls down, you have a little bit of layering here. I'm taking this hair in my ear and I'm combing this hair to the front. What that does is it layers the hair here and thins out the ear so it's not all one length from here to the back. Now I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Once again, combing all the hair toward my ear. Now what I didn't do was actually trim. So that's a very blunt beard trim. If your hair is curly and that'll, even up. I mean, that'll, curl up and you won't see the hard edge on the bottom. So I've done this before, and because my beard is a medium texture, or it's actually pretty straight, but a medium amount of hair, not a lot of hair, and it's so straight that I want to like soften the edge. And you've seen me do this before. I'm going to knock that edge off. And what this does is it softens the edge of the cut. So instead of one cut, you're actually seeing multiple layers against each other. So when it falls down, you see layers here, and it takes away that hard edge. Standing in the bathroom, I'm standing over the sink, catching all the hair. One of the last times I did this, I actually did it in the living room. That feels good. I like my big beard, but for right now, I think as my hair gets long, and I've talked about that before, changing proportions, thinking I want my beard just a little smaller as my hair gets longer, and so it actually might get one step smaller than this. I'm going to leave my mustache because people have been asking me all the time about a mustache tutorial, and I want to show you in my next video how I style my mustache 3 ways with one blow drying technique. So it's really the addition of product, and so you can wait for that one. So with my beard cut like this, I'm just going to check it over with the mirror. I think we're looking good. My go-to is Temple Smoke, obviously. I love Temple Smoke. But the styling balm is what I put a lot on my beard. Well, there you go, guys. That's my just my standard routine beard trim. No trimming the mustache. We'll come back to that later, as I said. Now that my neck is revealed, I've had my neck groomed once since I shaved off my beard. I had done no trimming for that first 100 days. Then Jake actually did a little maintenance on my neck. As my beard got longer, I tended not to do anything. Now what I'll do tomorrow morning is actually, I'll go in with a razor and I will probably shave my neck, and I will actually trim up my cheeks. I have noticed, just continually noticing as I get older, that my beard continues to come in thicker, and my hair on my cheeks is definitely moving up, and my patches are getting a little less sparse. So will my beard fill in someday? Hey, maybe. Maybe by the time I'm 70, it'll be 100% even coverage, and I would like that. But not bad for what it is right now. Anyhow, comment below and tell us if you are a self-beard trimmer, and if you have any anxiety about doing that, and why you actually trim your own beard as opposed to going to a barber. Until we meet again, beard on.
Dude, you want simplicity? Grab the styling balm. It's designed for your hair and your beard. It will give a satin finish with a medium hold. No, it's not a conditioning product, it's a styling product. Styling balm over at beardbrand.com.